Hey there, thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to quickly show you how you can get set up on Hubstaff as a contributor. So in this case, I've received an invite to join SquareFlow on Hubstaff as a freelancer. So I'm going to click on my invite email. There's a button that will take me to this page on Hubstaff where I can now fill in my name. So I'm going to just put in a test name for now. And then you can just verify your email address. Like if you got the invite sent to an email address that you don't want to use to log in, then you can change this email address, and then you can also change your password or set up a password. And then this password, you just have to make sure that it's fairly secure. You can accept the terms and then create your account. While this is loading, I'm quickly going to pause my screen and just assign some tasks to myself. So I'm just going to log in as an administrator for SquareFlow and then make sure that I have a few tasks as a freelancer or a team member, I guess. So just bear with me. Okay, so I just assigned a task. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to click on the Go button here to get into the SquareFlow organization's account. I'm just going to skip this. I'm looking at my dashboard here and I'm not seeing anything yet because I haven't really started working on anything. So first of all, what I want to start doing is track some time so that I can get paid. So at the top of the screen here, you'll see there's a little timer that you can click on to start tracking time. But before we do that, let's go have a look at the tasks that I have assigned to me. So right now, if I click on to-dos, I should see that there is one to-do task. I'm just going to skip through this. So here's one task. And if I click on this task, you should be able to get some more information. So this task just says fix this page, something's not working. Usually, depending on where you're at or what project you're working on, there might be a lot more information in the description area. There might be some files attached, and there could be a thread of communication or messages related to this task that you would see somewhere at the bottom here. Now, in this case, it's just a really simple task, so I'm going to get started and work on it. So what you can do is go back to Hubstaff, click on the timer, pick the project that you want to work on. So I'm going to work on this task and this project here, and then select the task. So there it is. And oh, actually, now what it's telling me here is to record screenshots, please download and use the desktop app. So if you're working for example, SquareFlow, um, we require you to use the desktop app, which will basically take some screenshots of your desktop just to make sure that you're working on what you're supposed to be working on. So we're going to continue by downloading that app. So I'm on a Mac. Sorry, here we go. So the desktop version, there's also a mobile version. Now at SquareFlow, we only use the desktop version. So you basically will only get paid for work that you do on your laptop or on your computer, and that has been tracked with the desktop app. So let's just download that. I'm just going to install this app. The installation process will be a little bit different if you're on a PC, but on a Mac, it's really easy. Just drag the icon into the applications folder, and your Mac should do the rest. Let's see here. Here it is. Just going to open it up. Asking me to sign in again. So let's see here. What was my... Okay, let's get started. It'll take you through a little bit of an onboarding process. I'm just going to skip that. And here's my timer. So this is what you need to be working with on a day-to-day basis for your project. So let's just close this. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to click here and I'm going to go to Hub Staff Tasks. And you might want to bookmark this page because this will show the projects that you have access to and the projects that you're working on. And then you'll be able to see all the tasks. Depending on the project, there might be multiple task lists. In this case, we've got a list for to-dos, like things that need to be done. If you take a task and if you start working on it, you just click start. That will move it into the doing list where it just shows the project manager that this task is currently being worked on. It needs to be looked at, tested, etc. And then once it's done, we move it over to the done task, done list. Each project will be different. Some projects will have more lists. Some projects might have lists that are specifically assigned to specific people. So, for example, here you can see we have a general list. We've got tasks for the website. We've got a bunch of other tasks. We've got a specific list for David and a specific list for Tenny. And then with this project, we have a list where once you've done the work, you deploy the work. So then it gets checked and tested, and then it gets moved to the done list. So every project will be different. Your project manager, which most of the time might just be me, will specify, how the project is set up, or if it's not self-explanatory. And if you have any questions, you can just ask questions. But let's start working and let's start earning some money here. So I'm going to click on this list. I see there I have a project. So I'm just going to start my timer. I can see it's running there. And now I'm going to start doing work. Now, um, you have to just turn on this URL tracking, especially if you're working online. Like, for example, if you're working with Canva or any sort of like online application, you need to turn that on so that the tracking app can keep track of the screens that you're working on. So beware that your screen is being recorded. It's not constantly being recorded, it's only being recorded while you're working. So while your timer is running, and what Hub Staff will do is every time you switch to a different tab, it'll take a screenshot. Otherwise, if you're on one page for an extended time working, then it'll just randomly take a screenshot every few seconds, and that just allows the project manager to see what you're working on, making sure that you stay focused on the project at hand. And just generally speaking, within the freelance industry, it's just a way to prevent time theft. um, the other thing that Hubstaff does keep track of is your efficiency, and that is based on basically how much you are actually working. It has some sort of an algorithm that keeps track of that, and we do look at that as well, just as another metric in the back end. But now that I'm working on my project or on the task, I just keep working on it, and once I'm done working, if I'm going to take a break or something like that, I'll just say stop working, and the time has been tracked. If we go to Hubstaff, let's just go back. Oops, not Bob staff, Hub staff. Just going to go back to my account and just see if there has been a change. So let's just sign in here. Okay, so here you can see Hub staff recorded 1 minute and 41 seconds. It said my efficiency was at about 69% based on their algorithm. And here you can see the screenshot that was taken. So it took that one screenshot there. And yeah, this is basically your dashboard. And there, if you need to keep working on another task, you can do that. Now let's see what happens if we click here. Now that we do have the desktop app installed, yeah, you see it'll just tell you that you need to work with the desktop app. So recording time, you just always use the desktop app, and then you can switch between the projects and tasks that you're working on. Alrighty. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching.